Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Jackie Hoffman and John Lypsinka'Epperson will star in Transport Group's new production of the delightful musical Once Upon a Mattress. Under the direction of Jack Cummings III, it will begin performances on November 23rd. And we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company and to bring you a sneak peek.
On a stormy night, to the castle door came the lass the prince had been waiting for. That, of course, is utterly untrue. It didn't storm that night at all. In fact, it wasn't even night. And the princess only looked as though she'd come in from a storm.
Actually, I swam the moat.
This was really exciting for us. What was today like for you opening the room to the press?
Scary, but really fun. And it was good to, you know, all right, we've been rehearsing this enough. Let's come out with it.
Take me back to the beginning. I was at the concert like 2 years ago. I had the best time there. How did that all happen for you to be a part of that?
Before that, John called me. We have landline to landline phone calls. That's how old we both are. And he said, have you considered playing Princess Winnifred in Once Upon a Mattress? I said, I think I'm a little long in the tooth. And he didn't care. He said, well, I want to play the Queen. That's really all it was about. Well, I want to play the Queen. So I really didn't think much of it, and we had a little private reading at Abrams Arts Center where the show is, and I didn't feel that comfortable in the role yet, surprisingly so. And now I really found it. And by the reading, I think, found what it is.
The best part for me, I have my own selfish reasons for wanting to do this show, but a lovely part is that Jackie has never had a lead role in a show. A big show like this, with her name above the title, and her name comes before mine, which is as it should be, and she will take the final bow, which is as it should be. And I want to see this happen for her. I've been a Jackie fan since the late 90s when I saw her in a play, a David Sedaris play at La Mama. Scott Whitman and I went. And we were like, who is that?
Someone's being bashful. That's no way to be. Not with me. Can't you see that I am just as embarrassed as you, and I can understand your point of view. I've always been shy.
I confess it, I'm shy. Can't you guess that this confidence air is a mask that I wear 'cause I'm shy?
Sensitivity, 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 I'm just loaded with that. In this one word is the epitome of the aristocrat. Sensitive soul and sensitive stomach, sensitive hands and feet. This is the blessing, also the curse of being a true elite.
This is so great to watch you do what you do best. How exciting is it living in the world of Once Upon a Mattress?
Well, have you met these wonderful people? It makes it very exciting. It has a little magic of its own, and since I'm a wizard, perhaps I'm supposed to be very magical. But I'm sorry, the poor wizard is a little bit of a failure, you know. But he's just masquerading as a wizard.
How well would you know the show before you started this?
I think just like everyone else, I've never done it before, but of course, no. But everyone I talk to is, I can't believe you're doing that show I did in high school. Everybody's done it, they love it. And of course, you know the Carol Burnett, 69, 74 was it, I think. And I just love it. It's been great. It's been so much fun.
Well, we laugh a lot. We do. And we never know what Jackie's going to do. I don't ad-lib as much as Jackie does, and I won't ad-lib on stage at all unless I have to, unless an accident happens or something. But we laugh a lot, which is as I knew it would be.
I openly confess, tonight I love you less than I will tomorrow.
Yesterday I loved you.
fun. It's good for us to, I mean, we were all nervous to have people, but it was great to like do it. You know, it's such a nice, everyone's so kind in this room, so it's good to have a little, you know, bring it. But yeah, it was fun, really fun.
What's it been like working on this show?
It's been a blast. It's been like, I mean, the show was so fun and so sweet, and yeah, it's just really great. There's no real tragedy. It's like we're all just having a good time, making each other laugh, and it's been really fun.
You seemed as lovely to me as anyone ever could be. Now I see what tricks my eyes can play. Yesterday I must have been utterly blind, or else I was out of my
I actually was working on a different project with Jack Cummings, our director, and at the end of the project I just said, I love working with you, let's always work together. And he was like, well, actually I'm looking for a Sir Harry in Once Upon a Mattress. And I was like, well, count me in.
Did you know the show before you started?
I actually was a spotlight operator when I was 14 for a local production in Richmond, Virginia. So I vaguely knew the show, yeah.
Okay, so moving up into Sir Harry now, leaving the spotlight behind you. Tell me what you love about this role so far.
Oh man, he's just like a big goofball. In the script it says he's a stuffed shirt. That's such a great way to describe what he is. He's sort of like a Dudley Do-Right, you know? He's just like this big, lovable oaf. And it's fun to get to play something so fun, not so serious.
Open the rehearsal room for the first time. The press is here, and you all present it to us.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's our first audience that we've had, so I think we were just all thrilled to have you guys here. You know, we didn't know how anyone would react. We've been doing all these comedic bits for, you know, crickets for 2 weeks.
It's nice to throw the audience into the mix.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Especially an audience like this one that everybody knows Once Upon a Mattress. You know, everybody's familiar and they remember the revival and they remember the Carol Burnett videos, and, you know, it's amazing.
Did you know the show very well before you got this?
It was the first show I ever did when I was in children's theater. I was a very, very, very fat, pimply Sir Harry. I really was. I have pictures to prove it. And so it was the first show I ever did. And so I have all these amazing memories of my mom driving me to rehearsal, playing the cast album, and, you know, her kind of, no, that word's this, and that means this, and we'd look working on lines and stuff. So I do have a really, you know, special connection with it.
We have only two voices among us, and yet there's a third voice, a voice in disguise. You'll be hearing a trio and not a duet if you listen with both of your eyes. Kindly, with both of your...
Talk about the role that you play.
The Jester, yes, or the Fool. It's so much fun. Him and the Minstrel are kind of like in every scene together, so we are kind of getting in everyone's business and carrying the audience through the show. But in this production, we're, you know, trying to solve the problem of why people can't get married, and it's because of this law that the Queen, or Lypsinka, has put on the whole kingdom, that we can't get married until Prince Dauntless does. So we're trying to basically figure out how to make this happen so everyone can live happily ever after.
And talk about working with Hunter, because you guys are like partners in crime in this show.
Yes, he's great. And we actually, on the very first day of rehearsal, we're like, all right, let's hope we get along. Otherwise, we're going to be in deep trouble because we're in every scene together. But he's been great, and we laugh at each other and also help each other out. So, yeah, he's a great partner in crime.
It's been said of our king that his morals are loose, but the Queen is much worse on the sly. Well, what's good for the gander is good for the... Say the king and the jester, the king and the minstrel.
Tell me what it's like playing this role so far. Tell me who you play.
Well, I play King Sextimus the Silent, and, you know, when Jax asked me to do it, I'm in another play right now, so I'm rehearsing and performing. I thought, he says, don't worry, there are no lines to learn, and you're only in 8. It's very challenging, because, you know, I do have lines, they're just pantomimed, and learning them, and because my character initiates a lot of the exchanges, been very, very challenging. So, but a good challenge, and I've been studying Jack Guilford's performance, who was so brilliant. He was a beautiful actor, and tried to learn from him, take things that I think I could work with, and then find things on my own. So, and I like working with Jack. I've worked with him before, so, and it's a terrific group of performers, and such a smart idea to revive it this way, I think. And the show is, the score is just lovely, and the lyrics are so smart. It's a beautifully conceived show.
My chances may pass me by, I confess to be strong, but as weak as I am, all I can do is try. God knows I try, though I'm frightened and shy, and despite the impression I give, I confess that I'm living a lie, because I'm actually terribly timid and
What a fabulous job you have on the show. Tell us what you'll be doing.
I am going to be drawing the backdrops live for 8 performances a week for 6 weeks on a video projector. They will place me in the audience behind a desk, and the audience will see my hand drawing curtains and moats and chandeliers as the scenery is being changed and music is playing. It's so thrilling. I love it.
How excited are you to be doing this?
Well, Richie, you probably know I've always wanted to be in show business, like Lucy on I Love Lucy, and this is, I figure my hand is getting in there, and eventually the elbow, and probably the whole body at some point, but I love show business, and so this is like a dream come true.
It's kind of such a supportive room that we all laugh at each other's jokes all the time. So it feels good to have some people to laugh along with you and know that you're like maybe onto something. So it was really fun.
What a fun role. Talk about the role you play.
Yeah, I play Prince Dauntless, which is, one of the great characters, I think, in musical theater. And never in my life did I ever expect I would be playing a prince. And my little 6-year-old niece is very excited, and she's convinced that it's real. So I'm just going to let her believe that, and it's been very fun.
It's like my uncle's a prince.
Yeah, exactly. But she's the princess, though.
Got it.
I don't know if she'll get along with Jackie, but we'll see.
Sure that she sleeps, we'll give her a soothing sedative, won't we? You can whip up a drink. Something started, but you're devilish, I love the way you think. She's insensitive, so insensitive, she'll fall asleep, no doubt. God, but you're clever, brilliant, a genius, you are divine. Get out.
I was at the concert version of this, and you were saying that Mary Rogers was there. And tell me the story about the next day when the phone rang.
It was a letter. It was an old school typed letter on her stationery, and it's beautiful stationery. And I opened it kind of trembling and everything, and she made a very nice donation. And it was a 2-page letter, and she says, every single thing last night was perfect. When can we do the show? And I was bowled over because it was nerve-wracking having her there at all the night before, and it was just kind of a lark. John had this idea, I have this one-night concert every year, let's try it.
Sensational.
Oh, thank you.
For then. So what's it like living in the world of Mattress and the world of Mary Rogers and all?
It's a wonderful world. I wish I could be more in her world. I was so lucky to meet her right at the end of her life, and it's I'm really amazed at how lush and how sophisticated the score is, and that there's sexy humor, kind of like On the Town was. It was like, you know, getting laid humor, a little sexy humor, a little naughty. So there's that. I get to be sexy, I get to be pretty. That's a good thing about Transport Group. They don't do traditional casting.
I was going to ask you what it's like working at Transport. I love Jack. What's it like working for this company?
They're great. They're very supportive. They're pretty much letting me do whatever I want. Apparently, I was promised a mini fridge. We'll see what happens.
I love it. And working with John and this great cast, what that's been like?
Everyone's an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great company, an amazingly talented group.
How do you all keep a straight face during rehearsals? You're hilarious to watch. He's hilarious to watch. Everything everybody else does, too.
Yeah, well, we're in the room. We don't really have to keep a straight face. So, yeah.
And just this score, like I said, it's such a beautiful, sophisticated score. You know, I've seen this show numerous times, and watching it again today, I'm like, the orchestrations are brilliant, Marshall's lyrics are brilliant, and like you said, it's funny, it's campy, it's sophisticated, it's jazzy.
Yeah, I think it was, if I dare say so, underrated. I mean, she was overshadowed by her dad, and I think this is absolutely just as good, on par with anything her dad wrote.
Jackie, if you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on Mattress, what's it been for you?
Oh, wow. Channeling my inner Carol and mixing it with my outer Jackie.
I've realized over the years, Richie, that most of my career has happened because I instigated the project. Not every one, but most of them. And so I called up Jackie and I said, have you ever thought about doing Winnifred and Once Upon a Mattress? And she said, sure, who hasn't thought about doing that? But she said, do you think I'm too old? And I said, no, with this show it doesn't matter. Let's do a simple table read and just read it out loud. So I organized it, and we did it at Abrams Art Center, where this production, ironically, is now going to happen. They gave us a room. I asked Misty Copeland, who I know from American Ballet Theater, to read Lady Larken. She had never done anything like that before. I asked another soloist named Craig Salstein to read Prince Dauntless. He had never done anything like that before. So we read it, and we all agreed that if you have a really great, funny cast, then the show still works. So I had invited Jack Cummings, the director of the Transport Group and the director of this production, to come to that table read, but he couldn't make it. But he remembered, and so a year later he called me, he said, let's have lunch. And he said, you know, we do a fundraiser every year, and we do a concert version of a Broadway show. And he said, we did Baby last year, so this year, why don't we do Once Upon a Mattress and just test the waters? And he said, would you be willing if Jackie is willing? And I said, yes. And so we did it, and Mary Rogers came. And after the fact, Mary said, I could feel the love the moment I walked in the room. And I don't think she's always felt that way. And she invited me to lunch, and she said, I want a full production. And now Mary, well, she died a year later. But Adam, her son, and Ted Chapin at Rodgers and Hammerstein said, go and do it. So we're doing it.
How exciting, my gosh, to instigate this whole thing and your dream has come true. And working with this company of actors, it's like a lot of fun.
So fun. Well, Hunter Herdlicka and I were in the same class at Carnegie Mellon, so it's a class of like 12 people, so we know each other in a very intimate way that you can really only experience in a conservatory program. You know, Jackie and Jessica Fontana is so wonderful to work with. I really lucked out there. And
everybody, just as good as the chorus is fantastic. Everybody is kind of special and wonderful and unique. So I think it'll all come together in a big oleo of marvelous things.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on Mattress, what's it been for you, Jay?
I think just learning the show, because it's very complicated. It has a lot of, but I think just learning it, relaxing is the part that I like the best. So it's been fun learning it. The experience has been great.
Working with Zach. Zach was telling me you guys went to school together.
Yeah, we were in class together at Carnegie Mellon. So for 4 years, like 8 to midnight, we saw each other all day. I mean, you know, when we do scenes, we're working on scenes, and I'm like, okay, move over there. No, come, Zach, come on. Just some of the, I think that line should be like this. No, stop. You know, and I watch this cast like, look at how Hunter talks to him, and I'm like, I went to Zach and I said, do you think people know that we went to school together and this is like, it feels like school to us? It's not like, you know.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I wonder if people know that, like, it's because we went to school together. But, I mean, it's really amazing. It makes me feel, I guess, really comfortable having him here. It makes me feel, you know, I love it.
How do you all keep a straight face during rehearsals between Jackie and John and all the rest of you?
Well, John is constantly changing his accent. So sometimes he's British, sometimes he just creates it. He's just whatever. Jackie is ad-libbing I mean, she's so brilliant. She's so brilliant. We don't keep a straight face, and we constantly break, and I constantly turn out to the director and I say, I'm terrified to do this show in front of an audience because I'm just going to laugh the whole time, and I know I will. I know
Carol Burnett's sketch.
And I think the funny thing, you know, these creative things with Lypsinka and Jackie, the audience is in on it. They do it with an inside joke, you know, and so I know there will be times we break, and the audience will love it, you know.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on Mattress, what's it been for you, Hunter?
I think doing a show that I know so well, and having Jackie play Winnifred. I think that has been the best thing for me because I think she is the true Winnifred. I think she's like a Carol Burnett, but she's different. Yeah. I think it's like a perfect match, you know, actress meets character. It's just, I love her so much.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience so far with working on Mattress, what's it been for you?
I think it's the people and because practically everybody except for Jackie I've never worked with or met before, so it's meeting a whole new group of people, and that's what I love about theater. Like in all these different opportunities, you meet new people and new experiences, and for me, it's helping me grow as an artist, so that I'm actually trying to create a role here, which another really cool story, it'll take 2 seconds. The original Jester with Carol Burnett was played by Matt Maddox, who his granddaughter, Sky Maddox, was on the town with me. So I'm like, my mind was blown when I figured that out. And I told Sky about it, and she's absolutely thrilled. So I hope to make both of them proud with this production.
And singing this score.
Yeah, it's amazing. The music is so beautiful, and yeah, it combines, you get to have a sense of humor and sing these gorgeous songs, so you really couldn't ask for anything better.
And then working with this company, how do you all keep a straight face during rehearsals between John and Jackie?
We don't. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, I think hopefully we'll all get better at it, but it's near impossible right now to not laugh.
So far, what's been the best part of the experience so far with working on Mattress?
The best part is just laughing at work all the time. I mean, just like, and also just, it's nice, it's fun to do new shows, but it's really fun to revisit this show that's so great, and we know it's a great show, so we just get to like make it great and have fun with that. It's really fun. And also it's different. I mean, they're different, you know, and John and Jack, I mean, they're just brilliant and so different, and it's really fun to watch them work.
You know, old school clowns with Jackie and John, and then still that sensibility even through Zach and Jess as Sir Harry and Larken, and really an incredible ensemble of, like, I call them like secret comedians, these 10 people who make up our ensemble, who are really principals, but I hoodwink them into doing this.
What do you love the most about the show itself?
I mean, it's two things. It's Mary's music, I think, is so beautiful and a little underestimated, you know, and the range of her musical language within just one score, and just, you know, Marshall Baer's lyrics. And and through that, I mean, through all of them and their original collaboration, the humor, it's like, it's Fractured Fairy Tales, it's Bugs Bunny, it's, you know, I Love Lucy, it's all those things that I grew up on. And I've never done a show where I've gotten to basically get out all of our guilty pleasures, you know, so that's been fun.
What a great season you have for transporting me and the importance of this piece for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest show we've ever done, and will probably be the biggest show we will ever do, at least for a long time. Yeah, we know theaters like us, it's very hard for us to get these titles because they usually go to Broadway producers because all the revivals that happen. So it's a very rare opportunity for us to have this title, and it's because of Mary. She gave it directly to us, and we're really hoping, you know, to do her proud as she looks on it from above.